Hello everybody and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. We only have 2 more characters left in our beautiful adventure through this game, and the first one we're going to be starting with is Nomi-Nomi. So, as you probably know if you've been following this or if you're just a fan of the game, they don't show up until about halfway through. So, I'm pretty much going to be skipping the first half of this game because we've all seen it by now. I've practically gone through it like 8 times at this point. But in lieu of that, I will let you know what I am doing, and there is one thing I will show from the beginning of the game, which is the photophoner, because that is one of the endings we're going to try and get with Nomi-Nomi. We're missing 6 endings, and we're going to do 3 for Rex, which are going to be the governor, the architect, and the hobbyist. And then with Nomi-Nomi, we're going for collector, we are going for entertainer, and novelist. So we're going to start with trying to get maybe novelist, maybe entertainer, we'll see. I do want to do the photophoner because otherwise I'm going to forget. So we will get started, and I will see you when I see you. Nomi-Nomi, wait for me! And I actually think this fits pretty well with Nomi-Nomi. We're going to save our... Well, actually, you know what? I was going to save our mom, but like I mentioned before, I don't think we've ever kept our dad around for longer than... the Shimmer is around, so I think we're actually gonna save our dad this time. Mom can die. So I'll just go with stories from my dreams. My whole plan went out of the window as soon as I said it out loud. Whoa! We got that one! Aw, that's a good memory. I mean, kind of? I mean, the thing we did right before this cute moment was blow up a lab building and kill hundreds of people, probably, but you know what? Still a cute memory. If you don't think about that part. Alright, now for the game plan. I'm going to run through the beginning of this game, like I said I would at the beginning. We're going to alternate between doing humanities and possibly engineering, although that isn't for any of the endings we're getting, so I may just not. We're also going to be adventuring as usual, not only because we need to do that for the good ending, but also because Nomi-Nomi likes to explore. And once I get the photophoner, I'm going to be showing that off because that's one of the other things I haven't done a lot with yet. So, I will see you for any important events in the future. Here we are. And look, this is perfect. A photophoner from your best friend. A photophoner! This instrument is part flute and part paintbrush, and uses a neural link to paint holograms in the air as you play. How did these know? What a perfect gift. You can't wait to practice it in the lounge. Everyone's going to love it. Oh, dang, look at my freaking skills right now. We're making it so I could pick anything. Well, this fits most with what we're planning to do, so a famous idol. Your mom squints. You've been watching those influencer videos again, haven't you? She accuses. Oh, I hate that we scraped those off the HoloNet before we left. You know, they were made up most of the time, right? No one really lived like that by the time we left Earth. Wait, so you're saying they didn't stay overnight? 24 hours in a McDonald's abandoned parking lot? But it said not clickbait in the title, Mom! Well, your mom starts to get up. She's just like, oh my god, I'm not answering this question. Alright, I think my plan is that I'll hold on to the photophoner for now. I'll save right here, and then when I want to come back and get the photophoner ending, we can do that. But I think I'll go for maybe the novelist ending for now. Maybe we can start with the novelist ending and then we'll get the Rex and Nomi-Nomi relationship, and then in the other ones we'll do different ones. We'll see. Actually, just kidding. Let's practice now. The photophoner, or phoner, is part flute and part paintbrush. You point the end of the phoner in the direction you want to paint, blow into the other end, and it makes sounds and draws holograms in midair. It comes with a funny earpiece to fit behind your ear and read your thoughts. Well, not quite. More like it detects the electrical impulses in your head and draws those. You aren't really sure how to use it. Can I ask a friend for help? You look, but you can't find anyone else who plays the photophoner. Like, nobody in the whole colony. Mars tells you it's a dumb gimmick instrument, and the ones in the depot shelves have literally been there since the shadow left Earth over 20 years ago. You have better luck with the adults, but only barely. Antecedent smiles when she sees you carrying the photophoner. Oh, those old things, she exclaims. I remember those. I took lessons as a kid, when they were popular for a hot minute back on Earth. I could play Do-Re-Mi on it, but that's it. Never got the picture part to work at all, honestly. You guess you're on your own. Alright, I'll figure it out myself. You sit down and experiment with it. The photophoner is different for every person, so figuring out how to play it is a personal experience. You let your instincts guide you. You wish it was as simple as thinking tree and it paints a tree, or even blue and it paints blue. No, for you it's more like, well, if you think about food, it paints lots of round bubble shapes. And if you think about something that makes you angry, it draws orange squiggles. Mostly your phoner pictures have a lot of purple lines that dance around. You guess that's your personal style. Okay, actually, once you stop worrying about being good and just thinking about how it feels, it actually starts to feel fun. Yeah, we'll get better at it with practice. I figure I can work through the photophoner stuff now, and then once we start talking to Nomi-Nomi, I can just go back to the beginning of when we met them, and then we can, pick something different to focus on from there. Because the ending very specifically depends on how much time you spend on a certain thing. Our dad hath collapsed. This is way more dangerous than you think. You've dreamed about this. It's super duper dangerous. Your dad just gets more and more sick every year. He could die if he's not careful, and we all know he won't be. There's no need to panic, Instant says dismissively. Your dad is in excellent health. Otherwise... Ah, right. You're only 12. You remember being older when he... The adults are so stubborn. They're not going to listen to you. And even if they did, the shimmer is still out there. And you can't keep your dad inside forever. You're going to have to find a cure. You've done it before. You could do it again. Time to go see Tang in Instance and Engineering. Even after one day of bed rest, your dad is looking a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out into the fields. Okay, we've seen this before. Oh, the pixie beans? No, I know nothing about those. Mom will die this time. I have decided. Alright, and this time, we're gonna subtly guide them to the cure. You offer to help and nudge their research in the right direction. Due to what looks like a series of happy accidents, you achieve a breakthrough in a matter of weeks that would have taken years. Sunlight! You try inoculations, antibiotics, antifungal creams, but what finally works is a high-intensity light treatment mimicking the full force of the suns during dusk, coupled with an injection to increase its potency. Of course, Tang exclaims. The fungus colonizes animal life during pollen, and some succumb to it, but the intense light of dusk scourges the fungus from the survivors. It's all part of the natural cycle. The treatment works on samples, now to test it on a subject. You know it works, test it on yourself. You already know the treatment works and is safe, but you have to test it on someone to prove it. At least this way, you look like a badass. You open a triple-locked research room and pass through an airlock. You don't have your envirosuit on, but that's the point. You need a strong dose of this fungus in your lungs. The small room is filled with the shimmer fungus. It's growing on everything, the floors and walls, and on lumpy shapes that were some kind of biological matter once. Now it's all just fungus, violet and shiny. You breathe deeply, marveling in the feeling of soupy, dangerous air infiltrating your body. Tang watches safely from behind the thick plexiglass. You can't tell if she's jealous or impressed. Next, you slide into the light therapy machine to bask in the nice warm light for a while. You even have a nap. Dr. Instance takes your vitals, runs samples of your fluids through various machines. She's excruciatingly thorough, but after a few days she concludes that the treatment is a success. You still carry a high fungal load, but its effects have been nullified by the light therapy. Remarkable, Instance says, going over your findings. Now that we have a frontline therapy, we can begin treating the population to prevent the fungus from taking hold. She looks over at Tang. Yabby's discovery will be great help with our other research. You expect Tangent might be cross that you got credit, but she nods, looking pleased. I won't let you make the plague this time, Tang. I have a partner to date. You're just thankful that no one else was killed, not your father or anyone else. The colony is safe from the shimmer, but not from the famine, and that's on purpose. You've been practicing the photophoner by watching tutorial videos and copying what you hear, but that's just one part of learning how to make music. It's time to write your own music. What kind of style should you use for your compositional debut? Something peppy and fun. What are you going to toot about? How exciting Vertumna is! You still can't believe you're here! You sit down to compose your great work. You have a rudimentary grasp on notation, preferring a more instinctive, spiritual approach to music, but slowly something begins to come together. Eventually you have something you're actually really proud of. You worked hard, and it's a genuinely good piece of music and holographic performance. Everyone who sees your performance agrees you've done great work. This will probably go down in colony history as one of the first original pieces of art to have been made on Vertumna. Oh, Mars must be so happy. We know how much she loves the arts. You've practiced so much and decide to record yourself playing. Whether you show it to anybody else or not is up to you, but you want to remember this. And who knows, maybe some recordings of your earlier works will be held up someday as some of the earliest recorded for tuned in human culture. What will you play? Improvisational jazz and easy song jazz. We need to find our inner jazz monster. Good thing I've been collecting like a madman. I actually already met Sim off camera, which is perfect for me because it means that's one less thing to worry about. And now we can focus on taking care of Nomi-Nomi and hanging out with them. You noodle around a bit, slowly discovering a rhythm in the discordant notes and building up to a serious cacophony of lights and noise. It's probably better that you're not doing this on stage. An audience wouldn't understand your jazz genius. The recorded vid is so good you have a sudden flash of bravery and upload it onto the HoloNet. Before long, the kudos are pouring in. Even Mars and Aunt Anne leave comments saying they don't think the phonophoner could be mastered, but you've done it. You resolve to start sharing more videos like this in the future, coloring the world. Oh, that's so cool! Neighbors become wild. That's a good card. Alright, so, the thing about the photophoner ending is I believe we can't get it unless the bar is open, so we will wait until we have the bar open to deal with the photophoner, but we got through all this for now. I'm sure there's other stuff, but we'll worry about it when it shows up. For now, we'll focus on the other endings, and, well, for this first year, we're going to focus on getting to know them, because other than a few things with Nomi-Nomi, I haven't really spent much time with them, so let's get that started after our mother dies. Here they are! They're coming! And this time we're actually going to interact with them outside of Lum. And believe me, I'll take as many chances as I can and not have to talk to that twat. Alright, let's see what the first year has for us. Where's Nomi? Nomi-Nomi, there you are! You've seen Nomi-Nomi around since the heliopods landed. They're around your age and barely 1.5 meters tall, only coming up to your shoulder. You've never seen anyone dress as strangely as they do. Hi! Their voice is high-pitched and quick. I'm Nomi-Nomi. It's short for nomination. They do a little twirl and bow. You introduce yourself and ask what they do for fun. Well, Nomi begins, kind of a bit of everything. I like designing outfits and reading manga and learning about dinosaurs and cool xenofauna and robots and aliens and watching anime and playing Laser Fable, of course. Mostly lately I play Laser Fable. It's so fun to play it outside in the great, big, endless outdoors. Nomi dances in a circle, waving their arms and gesturing at your surroundings. I'm gonna challenge them to a game of Laser Fable. You're on! Nomi helps you install it on your holopalm and explains the rules. Laser Fable is an augmented reality game where you bounce hologram lasers off real objects nearby. It's speed-based, so you're running around and bumping into each other, and there are extended house rules when it's legal to block each other's lasers. Ooh! Let's get that combat in then. Good enough. Right on, friendo! Nomi gives you a high five, and then a couple quick flips on their gauntlet gives you kudos for winning. They explain this is how they always play Laser Fable with the kids on the heliosphere. Except they mostly don't want to play anymore. They say they're too old for it. They just want to be soldiers now. Except Rex. He's still cool. I agree. Rex is cool. Alright, and I have been happening to stockpile on your gifts. Ooh, and creativity! What's my creativity at? Oh, we're fine. We're fine. Here, first, I have one of your favorite presents, a crystal cluster. Nomi makes a sound of appreciation and holds the crystal up to the light. Wow! It makes rainbows? It's perfect! Thank you so much! And then, want to make something? Nomi flaps their hands in front of their face. I do, but it's so hot on this planet, don't you think? You shrug. Sure, it's different than living on a climate-controlled spaceship, but you're kind of used to it by now. Nomi snaps their fingers. Oh, Nomi. There we go. Wait, we should make something to stay cool. I like that. You and Nomi brainstorm all sorts of weird and wonderful ways to stay cool. Umbrella hats, sunglasses with funny shapes, giant vats of cooling goop, but it all seems too complicated. Eventually you end up doodling on some of Nomi's paper and folding it to make paper fans. Sometimes the best solutions are the most simple, they smile, fanning themselves with their new Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform fan. Oh, look at that smile. They're so adorable. I love their excitement. Alright, let's go expedition with Nomi. I know they go out here and I need to talk to Sim anyway, so might as well. When you report for surveying duty, Nomi-Nomi is here. It's their first day as a surveyor. They smile widely when they see you smiling exuberantly. Oh, you two know each other already? Utopia says, looking to you then Nomi. That'll make this easier. Yabby, I'd like you to keep an eye on Nomi while you're out there, Utopia continues. I'm going to assign you to the same regions for the next little while. Just make sure they don't wander into a nest of slap bladders, okay? Yay! Hooray! Nomi cheers and gives you a high five. As Utopia explains to Nomi-Nomi and some of the other new Helio surveyors about the surveying tools, Nomi starts to get bored and wanders a little ways from the group. You see it happening, but are powerless to stop them from tripping and nearly landing into a nest of hop-eye eggs. They're just about to crash into the delicate spun glass cocoon when Utopia materializes as if out of nowhere and scruffs them by the back of the collar. It's like they're a kitten. Nomi, pay attention! Oh, the little sweat drop! Nomi giggles, like they don't even realize the danger of being stampeded by the upset hop-eyes beginning to gather around. Utopia ushers them back into the group before things can get tramply. Nomi asks a million questions about the eggs. Are they edible? Do they have hard shells or soft? What is the cocoon made out of? How long until they hatch? Utopia sighs. Just get out of here, you two, she says, before the cute little varmints turn ugly. Alright, I'll keep an eye on them. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Nomi, what are you doing? You hear Nomi shouting for help nearby. Run over there! You sprint to the sound of distress. Nomi seems to have fallen headfirst into some kind of Nomi-sized flower. Is it eating them? It's engulfed Nomi's upper torso, its petals pulsing as it pulls them down further. You could use your plas cutter to cut them out of there. If you could figure out what part of this creature to cut without hurting Nomi. Nomi is struggling and you hear muffled sounds of distress from inside. You have to try! I could do it. I could save them. There we go. I'm getting speedy. You delicately slice the lyre flower at the underside of the base of its flower, which you guess is the creature's neck. Up close it actually looks more reptilian than plant-like. Just a little nick and the creature coughs and convulses. Nomi spills forth in a flood of digestive juices. Ew, 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 yuck! My outfit, stupid flower! Nomi stomps and shakes their fist at the flower, which lurches away on a fat, snake-like body. We saved Nomi. I mean, you have to save them either way, but we saved them with urgency this time instead of just strolling towards them during our rebellion. Want to make something? You know I do, Nomi exclaims. I've had this great idea in my head for months. I want to build something huge, and I need your help. Nomi walks you through their plan to build their biggest craft yet, a massive dilly pillar float that you can carry on your shoulders, using mushwood sticks to puppet it around and make it look like it's dancing. It's a huge hit, especially for the younger kids. You get a workout and you get to make something beautiful. Aww. It's time for your end-of-term project. You're partnered with Tang and Nomi to come up with a project that uses everything you've learned about math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. I know! Nomi exclaims. We should go down to the Helio engine room and see if it makes us think of anything. Great idea. That's not a terrible idea, actually, Tang agrees slowly. We could do a comparison of the Helio's superior engine and talk about how Earth technology improved in the years between the stratospheric and heliopause leaving Earth. Nomi nods excitedly and leads the way. No offense, but we also had, way better funding than you guys, Nomi exclaims as you head down into the belly of the Helio. You know, like government funding, right? Like, not just dark web stuff, but actual factual space travel's budget. People were so mad when you guys left. The world didn't believe the strata would even make it off the planet. But when you did, everyone left behind got super competitive. So our technology is like so much better. You and Tang try not to roll your eyes as Nomi chatters away. You split up to take a look at all the different components of the helio engines, from the cooling system to the nanocell reactors to the complicated banks of computers that all once housed the Helio's much less powerful onboard AI. The Helio might be newer, but nothing beats congruence. You're leaning in to take a look at some faded warning signs about pacemakers when you hear Nomi yell, Oh no! Guys, I think I broke it! Help, I'm stuck! Help them! You and Tang rush over to where Nomi is sprawled out in a tangle of cables, wrapped around them like a nest of snake bugs. Nomi looks too terrified to move, and for good reason. Every time they do, more wires snap free of their connections and contribute to Nomi's growing distress. The panel behind them beeps in warning. Help me! Nomi pleads. I'm afraid to move. What if I turn off life support or something? Yeah, let's not do that. It's delicate, stressful work, but together you and Tang manage to pull Nomi from the disaster. You look down on the jumbled, hopeless tangle with growing fear. You're going to have to rewire everything and hope you get it right. Fix the power array. Ooh, I hope I can do it. Oh yeah, I can do it. Maybe. Oh, well, I could push through. I'll do that. You all breathe a sigh of relief when all the cables are reconnected and everything stops beeping. I knew we could do it, Nomi says, looking relieved, and now we know how it all works. You work together on your final project, which is a full schematic of how the helio engines work. Nomi contributes some intensely detailed drawings, and Tang makes sure everything is correct. You write up the comparison between the helio and the less complicated strato. Congruence looks over your work. Congratulations, you three! This is wonderful work. You officially passed, but there's always more to learn and more to teach the others. By the way, she adds with a wink, good work repairing the power array as well. Don't worry, I won't tell. Aw, thank you, Congruence. Congruence isn't a snitch. Nomi! What's up? You find Nomi-Nomi in the lounge, flanked by 2 holoscreens and doodling in a sketchbook with real paper. One holoscreen is playing an animated kids show, while the other is a wall of text that looks like it might be a translation guide of some kind. Nomi's attention moves between the 3 easily. When they see you, they jump quickly and close their holoscreen, sitting up straight and clutching their sketchbook to their chest. Oh, hi, Yabby, they giggle, rubbing the back of their head charmingly. How you doing? It's okay, you can watch cartoons here. Nomi relaxes a little, breathing an exaggerated sigh of relief. Oh, good, because I really like cartoons. Nomi sets their sketchbook aside and looks around conspiratorially. I thought they were going to bust me for jailbreaking my holopad, they say. All the Helio kids have restrictions on what we can watch and for how long, but you guys have so many more cartoons than we had. Nomi throws their arms up in the air. Like the first season of Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform. What? I love Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform. What? Nomi cries, slapping their hands to their cheeks. Really? It's the best cartoon ever made. What else has schoolgirls who look like aircrafts from the waist down, battling evil aliens while dealing with the stresses of high school life? You have to agree, you were pretty fond of the arc in the 3rd season where Kamiya and Otoko disagreed about whether Haruka could truly be considered a hyperjet if she was part helicopter and semantics. The Helio Media Archive only had season 2 through 9, and only 3 of the OVAs, Nomi says, puffing their cheeks out. I can't believe in the 4th OVA, Flight Captain Yumiko gets captured by the aliens and brainwashed into thinking she's been an alien sleeper agent this whole time. Oh my goodness, your dialogue makes me have to breathe really hard, Nomi. You hadn't seen the 1st season? Nomi shrugs and pokes one finger into their cheek. Spaceship kids make do. You don't have to know everything about something you like in order to call yourself a fan, Nomi continues. Just liking it with all your heart is good enough. Nomi laughs and flips over their sketchbook, showing you some of their drawings. I was drawing some fan art for the show, they say. Well, it's kind of fan art. Okay, it's really more like if I was a character in Hypergirl Turbojet Transform. What kind of aircraft would you be? Nomi blinks at you, clearly stunned by your interest. Well, okay, kind of. You see, all the cool aircraft are already taken, and it's rude to be a double. They press the tips of their index fingers together and look thoughtful. Sometimes I draw myself, my character, as something weird, like a hot air balloon, but then I think, it would be cool if I was the only regular human in the Turbo Girl Hyperjets. That would be cool. You could be like the Sixth Ranger, except instead of being like just another ranger, you're a human, and everyone's like, what the heck? Why aren't they a plane tar? It's like a plane, but a centaur. I believe when it comes to Nomi-Nomi, we're going to do the trivia. Hal's too busy to organize the science fair, so you do a Helio tradition instead. Trivia night, hosted by Congruence. You, Tangent, and Nomi all sign up. I miss the science fair. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. I miss the science fair, Tangent grumbles. But I've been memorizing facts to prepare. Trivia time. I remember doing this with Tangent. I remember how angry she got because it was a bunch of trivia, and she's like, what the heck? There we go. You get most of the questions right. All that studying and watching holobits definitely paid off. Nomi shrugs off their loss. Tang tries to, but you can tell she's actually kind of ticked off she didn't win. After the festivities, the mood in the colony is a lot lighter. You see people smiling easier, and often see mixed groups of Helios and Stratos socializing together. It feels like the first time people have actually let themselves relax. Because it probably is. This is the first year still, so we're still trying to figure each other out. Not that it gets any better, we know how it goes. We know how bad it can get, mainly because of our own contribution, but you know, let's not think about that. Nomi! Nomi is camped down in the lounge, their holopad screen spread out before them like a drawing table. In another screen, there's a collection of photos of a manticore. Nomi looks between the two screens, their brow furrowed in concentration, as they scribble directly onto the screen with a stylus. What are you doing? Well, Nomi replies thoughtfully, I wanted to write and illustrate a story about aliens, like Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform, except using the Xenos here on Vertumna, like manticores and faceless and stuff. But they can talk, and instead of attacking the colony, they help people instead. That sounds cool. Thanks, Nomi chirps, scribbling happily at their drawing. I got the idea from the second Turbo Girl Hyperjet OVA. You know, the one where Medusa demons show up and the aliens, and the Turbo Girls have to band together to defeat their common enemy? I remember that part. Nomi looks up at you with a start. Oh, they exclaim. That reminds me. So, I'm trying to brush up on my xenoanatomy, and I'm totally fine with writing, but... They blow out a big breath, ruffling their bangs. I kind of haven't been here long enough to make sure it feels right, you know? To make it go pop. And I want to make sure I'm being, you know, sensitive about stuff I don't know a lot about. So I was wondering, could you help me with some of the world building? I'd love to. You spend an enjoyable afternoon helping Nomi with their story. When you're done, they give you a big hug and thank you profusely for your help. You feel really proud of what you've accomplished. Heck yeah. I'm a helpful bestie. Oh, you're browsing the culinary bulletin board on your holopalm over breakfast when you notice a new post from Nomi. It seems to be a short story. The title is Xenos to the Rescue. Hoo boy. You open the story and read through it. Wow, it's actually pretty good. Nomi did a great job of grounding the unrealistic premise and talking manticores with relatable characters in a strong emotional story. With your help of some of the finer details, Nomi's written something that truly elevates the art form. You get a notification through your holopalm that you've received some kudos, along with a message from Nomi. Thanks for the help, Yabby! Here are your royalties! Aw, thank you, Nomi! I didn't need royalties to hang out with you, you're just that cool. Ooh, you and Nomi-Nomi are doing independent study after hours when they stand up from their beanbag chair and do a little victory dance. Yes, they shout. It worked! Look, Yabby! They throw something to your holo screen. The intro for the game, QQ by Shonen Kyusetsu, comes up on screen. Incongruence's full room holo projectors decorate the wall with a blue sky and rolling green hills. Peppy battle music fills your ears. Nomi claps their hands proudly. I installed it on the classroom mainframe, they exclaim. It's so much faster. There's no latency at all. Suddenly, the lights go out. Nomi screeches and hangs onto you in the dark. The lights flicker back on, but only for a few seconds at a time before going dark again. The temperature drops. The holo projectors no longer display the lush meadows, but instead a ramshackle wooden cabin with various horrible implements hanging on the wall. Hello, children. Oh no, Nomi moans. I must have installed it into Congruence's memory. She's being affected by the game's code. Congruence's holo projection appears in the middle of the room. She's facing away from you, but when she slowly turns around, you're horrified to see that her face is smeared away and featureless. Do you want to play? Yes! An unnatural growling noise fills the room. Nomi squeaks and hides behind you, but it doesn't matter. The noise is everywhere, surrounding you. Congruence's holo-projected form flickers and becomes a shaggy manticore with glowing eyes. Then it's gone. A howl echoes off the walls. The hunt is on. You and Nomi fight your way through Congruence's holo-projected nightmare, encountering beasts the likes of which you've only seen in books from Earth. They stalk you through misty forests and trap you in dank-looking cellars. They scream and moan and cry and howl. You've never been so scared from a holo game. It feels so real. I didn't make this, Nomi says, their chest heaving as they look around the room for the next creature. This isn't even the game I installed. Congruence in the manticore reappears, a ghoulish apparition. Is this what you wanted? No! Nomi screams. Yabby, what do we do? I can fix her. You use your holopalm to access Congruence's system files. It's not, strictly speaking, allowed, but neither is installing a game software into her brain. After a few minutes of hacking, you realize something doesn't add up. There's no trace of Nomi's game here. Congruence is a massively intelligent being. There's no way she would have allowed her base programming to be manipulated like this. The lights flicker back on, and Congruence's holoprojection smiles cheerily. You solved my puzzle, she chirps, and plays a recording of cheering and clapping. I thought by simply telling you not to install unimproved softwares would be boring, she continues. You certainly remember this lesson. Nomi clutches their chests. Yeah, for sure, they say. I'm never doing that again. Lesson learned. And all it took was life-threatening trauma. That could be the tagline for this game, honestly. Alright, and we're going to stick to staying in the lounge for now, just because I don't feel like fighting, and I think most of our interactions with Nomi and Rex are not going to be doing the fighting, considering they're like one of the very few people who didn't become soldiers. But yes, tonight everyone seems convinced that this victory means the colony will be safe forever, but we all know that is a giant load of bullshit. Alright, well, another year done. Well, I shouldn't say another year. You guys have only really seen one full year on this episode. But Rex and Nomi, they're here! And we're going to be spending a lot of time with Nomi. I actually think I'm going to move the poly ship, the poly relationship with Nomi and Rex over to Rex's run. Because getting to that relationship with Rex would mean that I would have to go through Rex's storyline, and I want to go through that with you guys. So we'll save that. We'll just romance Nomi ourselves, and if we can do the matchmaker with them and Rex without spoiling ourselves on Rex's storyline too much, we'll do that. But that is my plan for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was so happy to spend some time with Nomi. They are very much the type of person I would become friends with in real life. Both of us just excited and gushing about our favorite shows and writing fan fiction and stuff like that. Absolutely, we would get along in real life. And they're a fellow asexual, so, you know, best friends. But anyway, until next time, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself. Watch your favorite episode of Hypo Girl Turbojet Transform or whatever the heck it was called. And have a good day.